It is time now for your evening edition. I'm DeAndre Hamilton, joined now by Rashid Ehsan for the news on this Tuesday, February 20th, 2024, bringing you your TCI World and regional top stories, a Magnetic Media production.
This is an important advisory from Digicel Turks and Caicos. All Digicel subscribers whose SIM cards were issued prior to July 2021, kindly visit your nearest Digicel store and have your SIM card swapped at no cost to you. There's also dedicated SIM swap teams that will be at different locations throughout the various islands on specific days. Please look out for the communication via SMS text message. This is a Telecoms Commission regulatory mandate and enhances network reliability and speed. Please swap your SIM cards as soon as possible to avoid mobile service interruption.
Magnetic Media has learned that the Turks and Caicos was this morning removed from the list of non-cooperative jurisdictions, according to a statement from the European Union. The Council removed the TCI and 3 other countries, namely the Seychelles, Belize, and the Bahamas. All have now been dropped from the EU list of non-cooperative jurisdictions for tax purposes. That blacklisting and graylisting is often viewed as a black eye in the financial services world. This is a huge plus for the fintech ambitions of the MISIC administration. 12 others remain with the unsavory characterization, including Caribbean Friends, Trinidad and Tobago, the U.S. Virgin Islands, Anguilla, and Antigua and Barbuda. The delisting for the Turks and Caicos affirms comments to Magnetic Media by Finance Minister E.J. Saunders last week that the TCI would see its work in the sector result in a favorable review. At least 17 people have been arrested under the suite of new 2022 ordinance created to combat criminal activity with special emphasis on gang-connected crime,
including gang membership, possession of firearms, and drugs.
New CCTV cameras are to be deployed nationwide with a $760,000 price tag. At least 27 firearms have been seized. Also discovered, drugs.
Last year, we had over 600 drug seizures at Howard Hamilton International Airport.
As for the 2024 year, Premier Washington Mizik, speaking there, also marked 3 years on the job on Monday with his third State of the State address and said he's putting significant hope in the new commissioner-designate, Edwin Martin.
We expect him to hit the ground running with a new plan to deal firmly with all acts of criminality, and in particular gangs and gun crime.
That does it for the evening edition. Thank you so much for joining us. Remember, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, MMTV Caribbean. The news is free to share.
There is simply nowhere else in the Turks and Caicos Islands that you can find such a wholesome variety of your favorite fresh foods. There is simply nowhere else in the Turks and Caicos Islands that you can find such outstanding service. And there is simply nowhere else in the TCI to answer your every food craving in a chic, comfortable, centrally located store. That's a place you can trust. Number 1 is Graceway IGA. Fresh, service, trust for over 20 years.
It's now time for your regional top stories. I'm Rashid Ehsan. To diversify its energy mix as well as its economy, Trinidad and Tobago is putting focus on energy transition for development, working on a solar project which will potentially change energy production for the nation. This was announced by Prime Minister Keith Rowley at the opening of the Energy Conference and Supply Chain Expo 2024 in Guyana on February 19th. Expressing that energy is the center of economic development, Rowley highlights why this development is significant. He says in order to transform the energy system to cater to the growing demand for energy while decreasing global emissions, a broad mix of energy is needed. He further mentions that this is what's required of producer economies like Trinidad and Tobago for development. Come February 22nd, 2024, St. Lucia will celebrate its 45th independence anniversary under the theme Devant Assam, Building a Nation Through Unity, Resilience, and Creativity. The day, recognized as a public holiday, will feature the National Independence Rally as well as a military parade in the rural community of Soufriere. The island already held celebration events across the country and the diaspora, that is, the National Baton Relay. Magnetic Media is your news leader.
There has been a hit-and-run accident in Providenciales, and police are looking for public help in questioning who is behind knocking down two people on Millennium Highway on Monday morning. Royal Turks and Caicos Islands Police Force confirmed that a 27-year-old woman and a 37-year-old man were rushed to the Cheshire Hall Medical Center. The car is described as a white vehicle. The incident happened in the area of Rubis gas station, and bystanders say the pair appeared to be waiting for a jitney when the white vehicle rammed into them. Again, the driver fled the scene, and police need help in finding that driver. Fleeing the scene of a motor vehicle accident is an offense in the Turks and Caicos Islands.